Good morning and welcome to Dental Digital Marketing Discussions. My name is Jack Hadley with My Social Practice, and I have a special guest with me today who we've been looking forward to visiting with for a long time. It's Mary FisherDay. I know many of you probably know Mary. She's well known in our industry and maybe have had some chances to interact with Mary. But welcome, Mary. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to our visit this morning. As our audience knows, here at My Social Practice, we're focused on social media most of the time. In fact, pretty much all the time. But we do recognize that in addition to social media, there are lots of components to dental digital marketing. And that's why we started these discussions, is to bring in those people that are in the industry, that are really familiar with digital marketing and are always in practices and learning new things, and to bring them in and have them share 3 quick ideas with us. And that's what we're going to do today. But before we get started, I want to read a little bit of Mary's official bio and introduce her officially, and then I'm going to have her visit and tell us a little bit more about her in just a minute. So let me read this real quick. Mary FisherDay is the founder and owner of the Dental Business and the Dental Business Academy for Success. She's also the author of a book called The Dental Business, A Blueprint for Success. And at the end of our visit today, I'll give you Mary's contact information so that you can reach out to her. Mary's been working in the dental industry for over 3 decades, both inside the practice, doing about everything, it sounds like, inside of a practice, and then as a consultant to dental practices. So she's seen both sides of the equation here, which makes for great content and a great resource. That's why we're glad she's with us today. She's authored many articles for many publications, including Dentistry IQ, Dental Entrepreneur, and The Profitable Dentist. So that's the official bio for Mary. But I have an unofficial item that I want to share. This is a not often seen image that I'm going to share with our audience, and then I'm going to ask Mary to comment on this image. Mary.
Oh my goodness. 17 years old, my life was all about twirling a baton. And I led the band on the field during football games, led parades, and I taught other little girls how to twirl a baton. So I loved it. It was that time when life was very simple.
Yes, indeed. I think we can all relate to that. Well, it's a cute photo, and I appreciate you sharing something kind of that we wouldn't normally know about you. Thank you.
Right.
All right. So we're going to dive right in. Mary has kind of sent over 3 ideas, just a little overview to me, and I'm going to ask her to take a few minutes and talk about each one of these, and we can have a little discussion. And so let me throw out the first idea that you wanted to talk about. And by the way, I have a little timer. You only get 4 minutes to talk about each idea. When the timer goes off, we have to move to the next one. There's the
Yes,
challenge.
sir.
Okay. All right. The first idea that you sent over was the concept it's about social media. And I didn't prompt you to talk about social media. This was your idea. But the idea you sent over is that social media is here to stay. So set this idea up for us, Mary. Go ahead.
Right. So hopefully most of your audience understands that there's a lot of people in dentistry still who are fighting social media. They don't want a Facebook page, let alone Instagram, Twitter, any other social media platform. So what I try to tell my clients is, like it or not, it's here to stay. And besides, it's the least expensive marketing you can get, honestly. And I try to talk them into setting up a Facebook page. I walk them through putting something personal on the top of the page, which I know you guys are great at. Some of my clients are using your company for the signs and for the tips and everything. But if they would just put themselves out there a little more, there's still so many people that maybe it's in the South more than anywhere else. I don't know, but I still run into it a lot. where doctors don't even want a website, let alone a Facebook page. And I'm trying to tell them social media is here to stay. You're either going to have to get on the bus or you're going to miss out, and you're going to miss out on a lot. You're going to miss out on a new demographic of patients. And moms, moms love social media, and who usually makes the decisions for which dentist to go into? Moms.
Good point. Well, you're right. And yeah, I think it's interesting that you mentioned that there certainly are still some practices. And those of us who do a lot with social media and those practices that we work with that are really social media savvy, sometimes they forget that there really are, or it seems unlikely that there would be practices that still don't at least participate at some level. And I think we're finding that consumers, there's almost an expectation to be available and transparent on social media, because I think people don't really believe what you say on a website anymore. You can have all these beautiful photos and people know that a website is just kind of a snapshot in time, and you pick the perfect snapshot in time. And I think people look for those social icons, and if they're not there, it says something about maybe you're not as willing to be available and to participate, don't you think?
Oh, I do. And another point, too, is it's not what you would think. It's not always an older dentist still who is fighting being on Facebook. I have some people who have just bought a practice that were begging them, get involved, get involved. This is how you're going to build your practice. Let people see who you are. And they're finally getting there.
Yeah.
But it's like they say, like pulling teeth. And in some areas where they don't want people invading their privacy.
Yeah.
But it's happening anyway.
So what advice, Mary, would you give to, let's say that we have a dental professional, maybe it's just someone not besides the doctor, maybe there's a hygienist or an office manager watching this video who's trying to convince the doctor that this is an important thing to consider. What advice would you give to someone else in the practice to help the decision maker kind of get on board with social media?
Offer to take it by the horns yourself. Offer to do the initial work yourself, because they don't know what they don't know. If they're not using social media, if they're not using Facebook, then they don't. It's a mystery to them, and it sounds difficult. If you're trying to talk them into using it, likely you know how to use it.
Yeah.
So offer to take care of it for them. Offer to show them how it's done and to be the moderator.
Good.
And put yourself out there. Commit to doing something weekly. Wow.
Our time is up. But that's good advice. Offer to take the bull by the horns and just get going. Sometimes I think we overanalyze. We want to know exactly, as dental professionals, we're pretty exacting in the things that we do in a dental practice. And so we want to have everything in place before we start. Sometimes you just have to start, just do it, right? And then the buy-in comes in after that sometimes. So
exactly.
All right, second idea. You said you wanted to talk for a minute about the role of reviews as a stepping stone to building a dental practice.
Okay, so something you said a while ago rings very true about websites. It's a snapshot in time, but what I try to have my clients do is have their business Facebook page linked to their website and have a runner on the side of their website with their Facebook reviews, Facebook things people are saying about them. Mm-hmm. And it ties back, and it backlinks and builds their audience that way. So you can ask patients to leave reviews for you, and others go on there and see it. And here's an example I like to use for my clients. You've got a child in the chair and the mom, is back there with them, and the child has no cavities. Why not use one of the no cavity signs or cavity-free club, signs, and take a picture, have them sign a little release, put it on Facebook, let them go in and tag it. All of their mom friends are going to see it.
Yeah.
And moms love seeing their kids on
Yeah.
on things, and they're going to they'll start asking questions about the practice.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're going to say, "We love it. You already come here," that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
when you go into a practice to coach the team members a little bit, are there a few things that you like to recommend to help them ask for reviews? How's the best way for practices to get reviews, do you think?
Oh, I think, well, a lot of them are using the patient communication software, and that will do it for them too.
Right.
But when it's as easy as the patient being at a checkout, or when a patient's leaving a hygiene room saying, "I just love you guys. This is my favorite dental office ever," or "This is the best clean I've ever had." Say, "Thank you so much. Would you mind going on and leaving reviews for us?" That would we want more patients like you. Send us your friends and your family, your coworkers.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as asking and letting them know how important their opinion is to you.
Yeah, I like that you said the words "more patients like you," because I think that's not just lip service. I really believe that the best people to have review the practice are the people that love the practice the most, right?
Absolutely.
So
that's who you want to review it. Say, "Please leave us a review."
Yeah, why not identify those people? And I found in some practices that if they'll talk about it, maybe during the team huddle that morning, there's usually one member of the team that has even a stronger relationship with that patient than anyone else on the team. And even if that isn't the hygienist that just completed the hygiene appointment, if it's somebody else in the practice, it's okay for someone else on the team to walk up and put their arm around that person because they are friends in real life, not just in the dental practice, and say those words. "We love getting more patients like you, Jack. Would you consider leaving us a review? That's the very best way we get new patients. Would you consider doing that?" And just saying it in the right way from the right person at the right time seems to work really well sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's usually going to come from the front desk or hygiene, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll come from assistants if patients had a really good experience in the chair, but I find that it rarely comes from the dentist.
Yeah.
So.
Do you find most of the practices that you're working with, are they getting most of their reviews on Facebook or Google and Yelp, or is it kind of a mix, or what are you finding?
Google, Yelp, and their practice management communication system.
Mm-hmm.
I can name a few, but we all know who they are. And the patients are automatically sent a survey when they leave the
Mm-hmm.
practice, and how was your visit, and you go in and rate it, and it's automatic.
Boing, boing. That's annoying, isn't it? Wow. All right, timer done. Turn it off. Ouch. All right, we have to go on. We have to move on. Number 3. People are drawn, you said, to professionals they feel they know and can relate to. And so, in fact, we were chuckling together before we got started here because I told you I was going to show the photo of you in high school as the what's it called again? The majorette. And I said, this goes along with your point number 3, is that people like doing business with people they know and like. So start this little discussion about how people are drawn to professionals they feel like they know.
All right, I'll go back to practice I'm coaching now. And they're just getting started on social media, and I'm coaching them. They have the doctor has cute little boys. Take pictures with your sons and post them on Facebook. Take pictures. Another of the doctors has sons that goes to football games. Take pictures of your family like that. The same thing with the staff, and then like for their staff Christmas party, I said, please take a group photo and post it on your Facebook saying, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays to all of our patients from our family to yours, that sort of thing. They want to see you interact as a group. They want to see you interact with your family or friends. They want to see that you're a real person like they are. And when they come in, they have something to talk to you about. You've got something, a communication base. there.
Yeah, yeah. So all of us have kind of different comfort levels when it comes to kind of mixing our personal lives with our professional lives. If you have a doctor come to you and say, you know, I'm not as comfortable with sharing all that as some people are, what's your advice back to them? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm not going to push it on them if they're not, because they'll never be comfortable with it, but someone on their team will be. You know, they may not have to, it's not always just about the doctor. It can be,
Yeah.
but having the other members of the team share things like that is just as important.
I think that's
I
great.
think.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. If the doctor's not as comfortable, find those members of the team that are, and it's still, you know, another thing I've mentioned oftentimes when doctors have had that maybe not quite as comfortable with some platforms is maybe pick one platform that you're more comfortable with. And in many cases, that's been a platform like LinkedIn, because LinkedIn sort of doesn't have quite as much of a sort of a fun, personal, it's more of a business feel to it. And I have found a few doctors that have said to themselves, I'm going to get involved in one network, and it's LinkedIn. I'm going to build my personal profile there. I liken it to the old days when you belonged to the Kiwanis Club in your community, and you would go to the Kiwanis Club lunch once a month and shake hands with the mayor and shake hands with the principal of the school, and that kind of professional feeling. Some doctors are more comfortable with that, and so I say, hey, do LinkedIn and let some of your team members work on some of the other platforms. Have you seen many practices or doctors using LinkedIn?
Yes, I do. I see, not so much to support their practice or to market their practice. It's more to build rapport with other professionals that they may maybe could network with, and or share patient referrals with, or cover for them, just professional relationships more than social media.
Yeah. Do you, so tell us just, I think we have just a couple more seconds in this little segment. Tell yeah, there you go. Before I show you contact information, though, tell us just a little bit about the book you've written. How long ago did you write the book, and what's the premise behind the book?
It came out in November, and the premise behind the book is I want a doctor or a soon-to-be practice owner, or a doctor who currently owns a practice, or a practice manager to be able to pick up this book and look at it and get the very basics of what you need from a business aspect in a dental practice. And it covers everything from what to do before you apply for your first loan, all the way to having an emergency exit strategy, whether you want to hire an associate and what you need to look at if you do, what a practice valuation involves. And in between, it talks about employees and staffing, and it gives you some questionnaires for interviews and some employee checklists for new employees. Talks about social media and marketing, internal and external. So it covers the gamut.
Great. Well, in just a minute, we're going to share your contact information and remind our viewers of the title of that book. But before we do that, we have this little tradition with our discussions where we have a little pop culture useless trivia quiz, and I've got a few questions, and as soon as you answer 3 of them correctly, you win, except you don't win. Guess a dental practice wins lunch, compliments of my social practice. So are you ready for question?
I'm ready.
Question number 1. How many colors are there in a rainbow?
6.
Very close.
5.
7. Here's a hint. 7.
Okay, 7. I was trying to write them down.
6, you were close, though. Right off the top of your head, you said 6. Okay, all right, you're 0 for 1, because I had to give you too big a hint. Number 2, there was a first ever that occurred during the Super Bowl 2 nights ago. what was the first ever of this particular game?
0-0 at the end of the first quarter.
That I didn't watch the first quarter. You might be right, but there's a different one I was thinking of. It had to do with the end of the game, or just before, at the end of the fourth period.
Oh, the first ever overtime. Yes.
First ever overtime.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it? I don't know. Was the first quarter 0-0? Is that the first ever too?
That's what I understood.
I didn't see the first part of the game. So, all right, you are correct. You are 1 for 2. All right.
Yeah, first overtime, which I found funny. Anyway.
I know, me too. Question number 3. What famous celebrity is about to become a new host on the TV show 60 Minutes?
And I know this. Katie Couric? No. I don't. I thought I knew it.
I'll give you a hint. It is a female. It is a female. You were correct about that. She already has a talk show. Oprah Winfrey.
I actually knew that too, or I had seen it, but I find that out. But she doesn't still have a talk show. Okay.
Oh, does? I don't watch it. So.
She does not. It's been on for several years.
Well, see, that shows you how up I am on celebrity trivia.
All right, so that's not fair. Let's try another.
That was hard. Okay, the next one. What is Mickey Mouse's dog's name?
Mickey Mouse or Charlie Brown?
Mickey Mouse's dog. Starts with a P.
It can't be Peanut.
No. Starts with a P. He's tall. Flappy ears, long flappy ears.
But I'm picturing. I am horrible at this.
No, you're fine. P-L-U.
Platypus?
Pluto. You're right. Pluto. Remember Pluto? All right. Who's Charlie Brown's dog?
Snoopy.
I think that counts. Okay. All right. And what famous holiday was recently celebrated in New Orleans?
Has it already been celebrated?
It just recently, last couple, I think 2 weeks ago, their big celebration.
Mardi Gras has already happened?
Yes, Mardi Gras. You are correct.
I didn't know it had already happened, but yes.
Good. So that's 3 out of 4, and you win, except you don't win anything.
But I'm very happy for the practice that does.
All right, so the practice, let me show you real quick. The practice that is going to win is Dr. Armstrong. Dr. Armstrong and her team down in Miami, Florida.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here at My Social Practice, we've gotten to know Dr. Armstrong a little bit recently, and we're going to send lunch down for them to enjoy, courtesy of Mary.
Well, please tell her that my husband is from Kentucky and his family's all big UK fans.
All right.
So we have that in common. My husband's family is all University of Kentucky fans, and that's where she went. So that's good. Sounds
good. So here's your contact information. Mary's company is called The Dental Business. There's her phone number, 704-904-5070. And you can reach Mary via email, mary@thedentalbusiness.com. And then you'll notice over there on the right, we've put just a little thumbnail of the cover of Mary's book entitled The Dental Business: A Blueprint for Success. And I believe that's available on Amazon. Is that right?
It is, as well as my website.
Okay.
It is definitely on Amazon in Kindle and in paperback.
That's great. And visit Mary's website. It's just simply thedentalbusiness.com, which is a great URL and a great name. I like it.
I've had that a while. Yes,
yeah.
I'll get to.
So you started the dental business in 2002, I read. Isn't that right?
I did.
Good for you. Good for you.
Love it. So.
Well, before I let you go, I do always want, at the end, I like to show that we have the Dental Marketing Conference coming up. And so let me show, hold on a minute. For those who, part of the reason we have these dental digital marketing discussions is in preparation for the Dental Digital Marketing conference, which is going to be held in Las Vegas in April. And so if anyone has interest in, we have 2 full days focused on nothing but dental digital marketing. And we bring in a lot of experts from around the country and people that are really doing a good job. So if you want to go to the website, watch the video, it kind of talks about what we've done the last couple of years. You can see the schedule and the people that are participating, and see if it's a good fit for your practice. And if it is, the URL is dentalmarketingconference.com, and you can get a sense as to whether or not that's a good fit for your practice. And if so, we would enjoy seeing you at the conference. So thank you, Mary, for spending time with us today. And
I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you, and we'll look forward to talking to you again. And we encourage our audience to get a hold of you to talk more about some of the ideas we've spoken about today.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. And until next time on Dental Digital Marketing Discussions, bye-bye.
Bye.